the Magic the Gathering manga called Destroy All Humans, They Can't Be Regenerated. We were sent copies of the first 2 volumes thanks to Wizards of the Coast. Thank you guys so much. We are obviously huge manga fans, and myself a huge Magic the Gathering fan. So this is a really cool project that they've done here. So thank you, Wizards of the Coast and Viz Media. As an MTG fan, I am loving this manga. So it's set in 1998 when Magic is kind of just starting, and we see these characters, they're in high school and they're playing, and there are old cards. Like, these are old cards from 98, which is crazy to me because I only started playing in maybe 2013. So a bit over 10 years ago. But I think the reason that I love this so much is that I love card game, anime, and manga. Like, any game, if it's got cards, I love it. Like, I love seeing people playing games, even Mahjong, right? So that, combined with the fact that I love Magic the Gathering, I've played for 12 years, I think. So it just makes sense. It has a really clean art style. It's written really well, has a really cool female lead who I love, and she's crushing all of her opponents, which we love to see. And I even bookmark my copy with a gremlin token from Magic. So that's how much I love it. What about you?
Yeah, I'm like going to come at it from sort of a different perspective, because I've always been on the periphery of Magic. I wouldn't even say I dipped a toe, but I committed to getting into this world last year, and I've started gobbling up a heap of cards because I wanted to at first build like a dinosaur deck tied in with ninjas. Didn't really work out the way I planned, but we're working on something in the background that'll sort of help get me into Magic, because it is so overwhelming. And like you mentioned, like, it's been around for a long time, and I've watched a lot of friends play and watched a lot of stuff online, and there's so much to learn and understand, where it sort of froze me a little bit, where like, I know you can't be the best on day one, but feeling absolutely hopeless and clueless is how I sort of have been dealing with it in the background. I'm like, fuck, there's so much to learn. What deck do I want to build? How do I do this? What does a land mean? What does this mean? What do you mean tapping cards? Like, what? Like, someone help. And I think with Destroy All Humans, They Can't Be Regenerated, what I've really liked with this manga, not only from an art perspective and a narrative perspective, which I think both fantastically done, it's sort of helped put me at ease a little bit, like, not only from the nostalgia of going back to 98 when I was a kid and sort of dealing with my fandoms and nerdiness and sort of learning to embrace that, as we see Kano and Ime do in these first 2 volumes of the manga, but also the way it explains Magic, like, it's explaining the different colors and how the cards play and some of the slang and jargons that means this, that, the other. Like, it's been really helpful in sort of lifting that veil for me a little bit and going, okay, maybe it isn't as scary as I thought it was, because these kids can play it. I'm understanding what's going on through these 8 chapters we've read so far. And I've got to say, I appreciate that they're longer chapters. Like, each chapter's 40 to 50 pages instead of, 12 to 20 that we usually see. So we get more long form storytelling. We see these games play out. We see this rivalry turn into a friendship, then turns into a will they, won't they potential relationship question mark, just from the subtext and the young youth feelings and all that. So there's a lot of the things I love on display in this manga. I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying that it's easing me into Magic. It's more great sort of wholesome romance with like a hobbyist sort of spin on it as well, which I can appreciate. The one thing that I keep sort of holding on to a little bit, because Ime is constantly talking about the world's going to end in 1999. Like, are you going to sort of be there with me, Takano? And I'm like, is there some real like dark, dire subtext here where we are going to see this world just flip on its head and be like some type of apocalyptical based event coming up? Like, I don't think so with the way that the 8th chapter ended, but I can't help but feel there's a big old twist coming, because it gets mentioned and referenced a lot here. So I'm curious about the mystery there, but overall, like, it's sitting in the great tier for me. Like, I'm really enjoying reading this one.